Come on into the room. Oh, yes. The first Monday of the new year is here. Let's go. Oh, yes. And as we get ready to go a little bit further into the year, in order to do what you want to do, you got to just do it. Come on. Come on into the room. And when you get into the room, do us a favor. Make sure you let us know who's there down in the comments field so we can say hello to you. If you are on, please let's make sure you let us know that you're there so we can say hello and what's up to you as we get ready to enter into Marriage Village Mondays. You understand?
Let's go.
Here we go. Again, we welcome you into Marriage Village Mondays. You know who we are. You know what it is. Just in case you don't, I'm Joe. That's Cassie. And we are your host for Marriage Village Mondays. I'm going to go on and slide this down because I don't want to get put in Facebook jail.
And you will.
I don't want someone to lower the volume on our feed.
They definitely will do this.
They will. So we want to make sure that we're doing the needful and making sure that we're staying in compliance. Okay? So come on into the room. We welcome you to Marriage Village Mondays. Again, I'm Joe. This is Cassie. We say what's up to you and we welcome you into the room on tonight.
Come on.
If you are there, we need you to do us a favor. Okay? This is what I need you to do. I need you to take that big old finger of yours. It could preferably thumbs, take those thumbs. And if you're watching on Facebook from your phone, you can just go on and text in who you are. You can tell us your name and we're going to say what's up to you because we like to be formal. We like to make sure that we give you that personal touch. You know what I'm saying? So before we get going, there's a question that we like to ask every Monday before we get into our topic. And it goes a little bit something like this. And it is, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
That's the question on the floor. How are you doing? And while they're formulating their answer, how are you doing? Huh?
Let's say I am doing pretty good.
Sweet.
Pretty good. I feel like the holiday was not long enough.
It never is.
And it was 2 weeks, and I worked off and on over the holiday, but yeah, I needed a day of do nothing, and I kind of got that Thursday, Friday.
I'm about to say we chilled. We chilled
Thursday and Friday. That was it, because then Saturday, I'm talking about a full day of do nothing. Like Saturday, we did the needful. We did what we had to do to support our fam.
Yes.
And then took a 4-hour nap at Papa Martin's house.
That nut just jumped on us.
So no, I'm doing pretty good. I'm good. How you doing?
Man, you already know I'm great. Like I say, I don't have bad days. I have bad moments, and bad moments do not become lifestyles. You understand what I'm saying? Because I can choose to not allow a bad moment to go beyond that moment. And I think that is something that we should do as people. Hey, man, once it's done, be done with it. Move on. Do something new. Huh? I know it's the first of the year. It's the first Monday of the year. And normally at the beginning of the year, people, we do what a lot of us call a reset. It's an introduction into a new year. You got new things going on. You're excited about this reset. You are excited about the possibilities of this year. So today or tonight, we're going to talk about it. But before we do, there's a thing that normally goes on before we kick in. Mm-hmm. And here it goes. It's Monday.
Well.
Well.
That's it.
It's after 9 o'clock.
Well,
Well, you see these two marvelous faces sitting in front of you. Uh-huh. That can only mean one thing. You say, Joe, what does that mean? I'm glad you
oh my
asked.
goodness.
That means it's Mary's Village Mondays. Yeah, yeah. Mary's Village Monday coming to you. And on today, we have what I would consider a pretty good topic for the new year. And I'm gonna pass it to my lovely co-host over here so she can tee it up and let us know what we're gonna be talking about on tonight.
So last week, let's start with this. Last week we talked about
Yeah.
saying goodbye, like giving a goodbye or leaving well or ending well. Tonight we are talking about new beginnings and opening doors. What's next? What's next?
Come on.
Embracing the new. And so it's only fitting that as we enter into a new year, as we have crossed over, that we look at embracing the newness that's going to come with this year.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're talking about tonight. So again, last week we talked about saying goodbye and ending well. So tonight is all about beginnings and how to embrace what's next with
Absolutely
confidence and hope. So we're going to just take a little moment to kind of reset and get ready for what's next, because some of us, we don't really know all of what's coming this year, but whether we know what's coming or not,
it's coming.
Next.
It's coming. It's next. It's on its way. You know what I'm saying? It's here. And so I love that because, again, like, the theme for Church in the Village is all things new. And I believe in this season, God is going to be birthing a whole lot of new things in our lives, corporately and individually. And as we get ready to hit into that newness of life, we have to be ready to embrace what's coming with the new things. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Because certainly some things are going to be great, and certainly there are going to be some challenges, because God wouldn't give you a life without challenge, because challenges are what causes us to grow. You understand what I'm saying? So he's going to leave a little bit of challenge in there so that you can be your best you. God is very much about character building. He does care about the kind of character and the kind of integrity that you operate in. So tonight we are going to be talking about all things new beginnings. Let's go. So what's number one? What are we hitting on
number one? We're gonna start with two questions.
Okay,
just two questions.
Let's go.
This is to the villagers, so you can type in the chat. You can YouTuber if you're out here, you can chime in as well. But the first question is, why does the new year feel like a fresh start? Like every new year feels like a fresh start. So hey, Mel. So hey, why is it that the new year always feels like a fresh start?
Okay, you want to answer, or do you want to do the next question and then we answer both?
Let's do the next question and then follow up. Why does the new year also feel so powerful? Right? Why is it so strong? So number one, why does it feel like a fresh start?
Okay.
Every new year, it feels like a fresh start. Even if situations are kind of crazy wrapping up the year, the new year always seems like a fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
And then why does it feel so powerful? Why is it so strong? Like, why do people commit to new focus so strongly in the new year? So Mel gave us she answered, all right, come on, village, let's go. She said, so why does the new year feel like a fresh start? Number one, because it's the beginning of a new year.
Absolutely.
And then why does it feel so powerful? Because she said, because you can start over. Absolutely. With a clean slate. So what do you say? What say you?
Why does the new year feel like a fresh start? Because it is. It's a new year. It's literally a new year. You have left the old year or the last year, and you have crossed over into a new year. And with new, or with a reset indicates a refresh. Normally when you reset, it's a refresh, it's a do-over, it's a clean, like Mel said, it's a clean slate. So for me, when it comes to why does the new year feel like a fresh start? Because it is a fresh start. And regardless of maybe in your home or whatever the case may be, you're not a new home, but you are technically in a new year, and new things uh speak to a reset and things being refreshed, restored, renewed, done over. You know what I mean? You really get to um look at it again. You really get to look at everything. And I think it's always necessary for us, not just because it's a new year, but because there's all life needs a reset. I don't care how many years you live this life. You need a start over in some areas of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's always good to have that. But then number two, I think it's so powerful because of those reasons. It's powerful because I get to do it over. I get a clean slate. I can set new goals and attain new goals. I can do new things. I can embark on new territories. I can go new places. I can be a new person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's powerful all in itself. Like doing all of those things are powerful in themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you say?
So when it comes to the new year feeling like a fresh start, it's really what I think you all have said. For me, I guess it's because I get all my do-overs in the new year, and I've really closed the door on the previous year, like on the former things.
Mm-hmm.
And so that fresh start, that opportunity just of newness. And even though now I know with our bishop, the new year for them is September.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go along with the Jewish New Year. So it is a new calendar year, as far as 2026, but their new year starts in September. And so I kind of align myself with that, probably partially too, because my birthday is in September. So I literally start my next year of life in September. But when we're looking at closing out like 2025 and moving into 2026, it does have to do, with that, just that freshness and that opportunity to hear something fresh for the coming year. And then, like I think I shared last week that I always have, and in the last 3 years anyway, I've had a word like that has kind of been my theme for the year. And so I look forward to kind of hearing what that word is going to be for the next year, the next thing that is going to be worked on for me. And even if it's a hard thing, you don't wake up and you're in that thing, whatever that word is, but you have the year for God to kind of work you through it. Deanna said, being grateful, giving thanks, and leaving old things behind. Newness feels good in the spirit.
Absolutely. I think it's necessary too. It's necessary to have a do-over. It's necessary to be refreshed, be restored, be renewed. It's absolutely necessary because even in relationship, even at work, you need to do some things over. You need to have some different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a mind change, because sometimes our mindsets are just not what they should be. And I think sometimes the new year automatically makes you think from that place. Yeah. It's a new year, and I don't want to do what was not successful in the last year in the new year.
Right. So Psychology Today says this, that psychologically, so when it comes to the question of why does the new year feel so powerful, I'm on fresh start still, sorry. Why does the new year feel so powerful? Psychology Today says the fresh start effect is real. So there is such a thing as the fresh start effect. Mm-hmm. Because our brains love milestones, they give us permission to reset and reframe. When we hit that January 1, it feels like it's a symbolic door opening. So it is the fresh start effect. But really, another truth to put with that is every ending creates a path or clears a space for something new.
Absolutely.
And a new beginning doesn't, it's not that it's going to be a perfect beginning, because we don't, our saying, it's about progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
So in the newness, there's something on my glasses. In the new year, it's that opportunity to walk through that symbolic new door or open door.
Absolutely. And Mel, I love that scripture because that's literally the scripture that we're using for our theme of the year for Church in the Village, and it says, remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it should spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Amen. Like literally, like when you cross over into a new year, it literally forces you to be in something new. Like even if your mindset is not you're in a new year, so you have to embrace, okay, we got a new set of 12, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think when you embrace, we got a new set of 12, and we can do that. We can actually look at this set of 12 and say, every one of these months is a month that I didn't live before, and that in itself is a blessing. The ability to do that, the opportunity that rates in front of us because it's a new year, that's absolutely amazing to me.
Yeah, I love that. That fresh start effect, right? Because it talks about how the brain loves milestones. So not only is it good for our spirit, as Deanna said, it's also good naturally. Like our brains need a reset. The brain needs a place to refocus, an opportunity to refocus and to set a new milestone. That brain, getting that brain power, as they call it, moving in that positive direction of what is the next milestone that I can accomplish. And so again, it's the fresh start effect. I don't know. I like that. I think I might need a t-shirt.
Well, I think absolutely. But I think I like in the notes where it says January 1st feels like a symbolic door opening. It feels like a symbolic door opening, but here's the truth. Every ending clears space for something new. So the new year clears space for us to do something different. It clears space for us to think different. It clears space for us to act different and be different, be new. I want to be a better version and a newer version of myself this year, period. Not because it's a new year, but because it's a needed chapter in my life.
Right. Mel said she could get that made for. Yeah, I'll have it. The fresh start effect.
Absolutely.
And so it's a mind shift, right? Instead of clinging to old things and things that we can do nothing about, a year that's gone that we can do nothing about, what has happened has happened. It is 2025. It is what it is, or it was what it was.
Absolutely.
So now we're saying hello to what's next.
And the truth of the matter is some of us need to let go of some of that old stuff. Like some of us have not been able to get past where we are. Some of us have not been able to attain some of our goals because we've been holding on to the old things. We've been holding on to old mindsets. We've been holding on to people telling us that we can't do it. We've been holding on to circumstances seeming too big for us to overcome. But when that Bible says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, I believe that. And I believe that in this year, if you can grab a hold on to, this is a new year, this is a new shift, I need to shift my mind, I need to shift my heart, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You got see. I tell our members. I say you got to talk trash to yourself sometimes. Sometimes you got to tell yourself it's going to happen. I don't care what I got to do. I don't care what I got to let go of or what I got to embrace. It's going to breathe a new place, a new era in my life.
And really, it's on us to do that. If I don't walk into something new this year, if I don't walk into what's new, it's my own fault.
Absolutely,
because there's nothing is holding us back from that other than us.
Absolutely. I like to say the only person who can stop you is you. Mm-hmm. That's it. Nobody else can stop you because number one, the Bible talks about in John that God has given us the ability to, he's assigned the ability and the responsibility for us to be productive. I was created to be productive. You were created to be productive. So I have to embrace that I am created to be productive. And if I'm not being productive, I'm being sinful. It's wow. To be unproductive is sinful in the eyes of God because he's created you to be productive.
Right.
He's giving you everything at your fingertips to be able to be productive and successful.
That's it.
So if I'm not, 9 times out of 10 is because he's trying to pace me, or number two, I am not doing what I'm supposed to do. So with that being said, I think we can go to number two because it talks about common challenges and how to overcome them. So we have to understand that we're going to have challenges, and we have to have a process to overcoming them.
Absolutely. So when we talk about just some common challenges to walking into next and new, the first one, which is interesting, and y'all can probably guess what the first one is. It's the fear of failure. So walking into a new opportunity, a new place, a new season, the first challenge that most people have is a fear of failure. What if I can't stick to what's required? What if I can't measure up? What if I can't? So I'm gonna type in here, what if I can't, and then 3 periods, and then we'll fill in the blanks on that. So what if I can't what? When we talk about challenges and the fear of failure, what if I can't what?
Okay, that can be, the what can be anything. What if I can't move beyond certain things? Okay, now I have to reframe how I think, because how I'm thinking is framing my inability to go further. Like the way I'm thinking can put me in a jail and cause me to be unproductive. The way that I think, if I say, what if I can't? Okay, what if you do? So with every questionable statement that you can have, you need to have a rebuttal to it. What if I can't? What if I do? And I can, because the only thing, again, what we said before, the only thing, or the only person who can stop me is me. No one else can stop me but myself.
That's it. And so Mel said, her solution is worship, right? That's how she solves the problems or the challenges that come to her mind. She drenches herself basically in worship. All right. So you have the fear of failure. What if I can't stick to what's required to maintain the new things?
Failure, this is what I've learned to embrace. Failure is a part of the process. You have to fail at something to know how to overcome. So failure is a natural part of life. You're not going to always be great at something, which produces endurance. That's why the word says, let patience have her perfect work. So there's a work that patience is assigned to perfect. So there's a part of you that you going through the process of failing that is assigned to make you better. That's assigned to give you another outlook or a different outcome, if you will. Because a lot of times, if we're not challenged, we're not going to do what we need to do. That's just human nature, period.
Yeah. So the solution, one solution for overcoming that fear of failure. So just to your point, reframe failure as feedback, right? Reframe failure as feedback. Somebody needs to, that's a post. Reframe failure as feedback. So in other words,
absolutely,
what did you learn from it, right? What did you learn from the failure? Use it as a lesson for growth, right? So don't get stuck just because you feel like you failed in an area. You have to reframe it and use it to your advantage, because every setback teaches you something.
Well, the word says that trials and tribulations come to make you strong. So if you had a failure, that would be classified as a trial or a tribulation, and its assignment is to make you better and to make you stronger. So a lot of times what happens is and I like the feedback option, or the feedback approach, is because when I look at my failure as feedback, now I can look at that feedback and judge the feedback and say, okay, what do I need to do different?
Yeah.
It gives me the ability to look at it from a different vantage point.
Yep. And so a lot of times people get stuck, and they do, and we'll move on. But a lot of times people do get stuck, and I've been there, getting stuck on the fact that I failed at something. Yeah, why did you fail? And how can you do it different next time? How can you be better?
Absolutely.
Next time.
Absolutely.
All right. So number 2, the second challenge. So we were on the top 3 challenges when it comes to embracing what's new. The next one is becoming overwhelmed by too many goals, and having too little time.
Mm-hmm.
We call this having too many irons in the fire.
Absolutely. Okay, so normally when we feel overwhelmed, it's because we're trying to do too much all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You get overwhelmed. Okay, so like I look at it like trying to put too many balls in one basket and trying to maintain all the balls in that basket when the basket may be a little bit too small for all the balls that you have.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, you just got to look at the basket and look at the balls and be like, okay, I got too many balls for the basket. So let me take the balls that can't fit in this basket and put them aside and put it in the ones that can fit. Take those and be okay and get the win. Because the bottom line is as long as I keep trying to do all these things, and you and I have been talking about this over the last couple of weeks. If I keep trying to do this and do that and help this person and help that person, but I'm not helping myself, am I really being productive?
No.
So whose fault is it if I'm overwhelmed? It's my fault because I'm allowing all of these other things to become more important than my bottom line. So what do I have to do? I have to change how I view my bottom line and how I view people in context or things in context to my bottom line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mel said, take it one step at a time. So this is, okay, so here's another thing. I know the new year brings New Year's resolutions. I don't make them anymore. I don't. I probably haven't had a New Year's resolution in the last 5 years. I don't have time for it because what a lot of the things that I would make as a New Year's resolution should have been a lifestyle change permanently, not just for the new year coming in. It should have been stuff that was just taken off the table or taken out of my life, period.
Absolutely. What is Mel saying?
Mel said, good idea to have a visual schedule, a visual reminder of what you have and what you want to do. And then check mark them when you're done. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. So that is a great solution to becoming overwhelmed. Another one, cut the fat. I'm not talking about off of our bodies. That might be helpful. But trim the fat. That's another phrase that they use. You kind of have to reevaluate what you have going on, and is it still needful to be doing all these things?
Absolutely.
Is it beneficial? Is it fruitful? If you're drained and zapped most of the time, then 9 times out of 10, something needs to come off your plate.
And that means a reevaluation is necessary.
Yeah.
Like I need to reevaluate, okay, is this necessary? Like put everything, prioritize everything. Like put everything in its perspective place.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, like short-term, mid-term, long-term goals. So what is short-term for the year? What is a mid-term goal for the year? What is a long-term goal for the year? And embrace them just like that. Okay. And then be fair with the expectation of time of completion.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not being reasonable with your time of completion, that can cause you to be overwhelmed.
Right. Yeah.
And that's something you did yourself.
Yep. I'm going to put that in. Be reasonable with time of completion. And I'm because that needs to be on here, because a lot of times we set these goals and it's unreasonable. At work, we call them SMART goals: smart, measurable, attainable, real, and then smart, measurable, attainable, realistic, and then time bound. Right. So though, if it doesn't fall into one of those, all 5 of those SMART categories, then it's a dumb goal. That's what I say. I'm like, it's a dumb goal.
We don't want dumb goals.
We don't want dumb goals. Deanna says, stay in your lane. Stay in your own lane.
Absolutely.
That's another solution. Stay in your own lane. Stop trying to do everybody else's things, right? Okay, so here's the thing. If you are in a position where you can delegate some things, I am an advocate of delegation, effective delegation.
Absolutely.
Now, don't delegate if you're gonna end up having to do it in yourself anyway. That's not delegation. That's
Well,
frustration.
and don't delegate it if you just want to do it yourself.
Right. If now, yeah, don't delegate with the intent to take it back over.
That's just crazy talk right there to me. But another thing that I think we can implement is the kiss model, and that is keep it simple, stupid. Some of us need to implement the KISS model in our life. We need to keep it simple, stupid.
And if you don't like stupid, keep it simple, silly. Whatever.
Keep it simple, Sally, it is.
Keep it simple, sugar, whatever you want to say.
Whatever you want, whatever acronym you want to put there to make you feel good about yourself. That's what you put there. But put something there that's going to be impactful and effective, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking to have it. We're looking to make an impact and to be effective with our impact.
Mm-hmm.
That's our goal. Our goal is to be impactful and effective. I want to impact whatever I'm a part of, whatever I'm doing. I want to be a good impact to it.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's me being on a team, that's me being on a board, whatever the case may be. I want to make sure that my presence is impactful to everyone around me.
Absolutely.
And sometimes my presence can be just my presence, me not saying anything and or doing anything. I'm just there. I'm supporting you. Sometimes you can be the most impact you can make sometimes is being present, but being silent and showing support.
Right. Mel said also having that person that will keep you accountable. I think accountability, it's on the list. It's down here.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about that in the next segment. But 100%, you have to have that accountability component. Let's get this last one, the last challenge out. So self-doubt. Am I capable of fill in the blank? Right? Am I capable of changing? Am I capable of completing the task? Am I capable? That's another challenge that gets into our mind. That self-doubt.
And the answer is yes. And that's how, and to me, that's how you have to look at it. Okay. Like I said, if you have a negative thought, you also should have a rebuttal to that negative thought. So if the negative thought is, can I do it? The rebuttal to that is, yes, I can. Is it going to take work? Yes, it is. Am I capable of doing the work? Yes, I am. Why is it? Because the Bible says, and I always resort to the Bible, because it's true. I can do all things. There's not anything, unless I'm just physically not capable of it. Mm-hmm. And again, that's where having, looking at what you're trying to do and being realistic in what you're trying to do. Like, okay, if you're a couch potato, and you're saying I'm gonna go run in the Olympics. That's just not true.
No, you're not being truthful. Run a marathon. There is something called 5K.
Absolutely.
From the couch to 5K or something like that. Couch to 5K workout. But you're not gonna go from couch potato to marathon or couch potato to Olympics. That's unrealistic. And that's another thing. So not only stay in your own lane, as Deanna said earlier, don't be jaded, right? No, that's not even jaded. Don't be delusional,
right?
about these things, these goals that we're setting, as we are moving into the new. Because here's the other thing: there are some things that are coming new that we don't have any control over.
Absolutely.
There may be some adjustments at work, some adjustments, in your personal lives, whatever. You can't, and it's almost like those changes that you can do nothing about. You have to learn how to be flexible with those things. And even if on your job, like sometimes, they may hand you some responsibilities and you're like, ooh, can I really do this? Yeah, you can. Because here's what I believe. If you have been signed up to do something, mm-hmm. God sees something in you that either can be that he wants to develop further, or he wants to prove something else to you, that you have another skill set to be sharpened. So embracing the new also requires embracing new challenges.
Absolutely. And a lot of times what can happen is that that challenge can show you that you have set a new benchmark. You like so I remember one time back in 2015, 2016, we took on 8 new applications, and I was the trainer for our team. And my boss was like, I need you to learn all of these 8 things, and then I need you to train on them in 2 weeks. So I had to learn the applications, and I had to train on the applications in 2 weeks. And at that point, I'm like, man, how am I gonna do this? Then I just, then my gut kicked in. Then my spirit man kicked in, like, okay, let's pray first. Lord, give me the ability to do it. Give me the insight, give me the wisdom, give me the capability and the ability to get it accomplished. And when I tell you, I learned those 8 applications and trained on them in 2 weeks. And that showed me there is nothing, if I set my mind to do it and I put it in God's hands and I say, God, give me the strength, give me the ability, and I trust completely in it, it's fully possible for me to do it.
Facts.
And I will do it. I kept telling myself, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And I did. All praises go to God.
So that's a good segue into the next segment. So what are some practical strategies, some practical strategies for embracing new beginnings? Pray. Number one, before I even get on to our list, the first thing, pray.
Absolutely.
For God and every, in all things, what is it? Make your request known unto God of prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Just
Philippians 4:6.
In everything, about everything. And it's not being religious or super deep. It is literally, if you are a believer, you should be inviting Holy Spirit into every part.
That first part says, be anxious for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you have to be anxious? Because you can prepare for it. You can pray, get a strategy. Why is prayer so important? Because in prayer, I get strategies. I get answers in prayer. That's why Christ told the disciples, these kind come only out by prayer. I believe these kinds can be bad mindsets, whatever it is, not just spirit or demons, but it's also a block and a mindset that's keeping me from being able to do something that I'm assigned to do.
Yep.
So I don't have to be anxious, but I can pray. I can, be anxious for nothing, but with everything, prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be known to God. There goes an answer right there.
That's it.
And I think it says set intentions. So when I set prayer as an intention, when I'm intentional about going to the Lord about what I need and what it's going to take for me to get there, he responds.
Right. And when we set intentions, that when it's not new age, right? But you have to, I think it's Stephen Covey that said, begin with the end in mind.
Absolutely.
You have to set your intentions when you are embracing new things, when you are, going toward these new things that are being set before you, or even if your mind, you're trying something new, or you would like to, embark on something new and different. You have to set your intention. I intend to accomplish this.
Absolutely.
Again, that's not a new age hoodoo voodoo. That is literally putting the word in action. Our words frame our world because, so here's the other thing. If you are a follower of Jesus, his spirit lives in you. And
Absolutely.
We have creative power in our mouth. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. That's what the Bible says. So we have a creative ability to frame our world with our words.
Absolutely.
So when you set those intentions, you're not just making resolutions, just willy-nilly throwing things out there, seeing if they'll stick, but you are setting an intention, a focus on accomplishing
absolutely
what you're setting out to do.
Absolutely. Colossians 3:2 says, set your affections, which means set your mind in a way that will produce, because the thoughts, what's in the heart will shape the thoughts, and the thoughts that we have will shape our actions. So if I see myself a certain way, that's how I'm going to act out. I'm going to act out based off of what I think and what I see of myself. So if I think about it, if I put my mind in a place, I can obtain whatever I put my mind or set my mind to do. And I think it says, number one, it says the practical steps to doing these types of things, being intentional, is to visualize your next chapter. What does success in your next chapter, what does it look like?
Mm-hmm. So, no, go ahead, because I was gonna. You ran ahead of me just a little bit. Just real quick. Now you didn't do it on purpose. I'm just saying. So you want to focus on the how when you set your intentions. You're focusing on how you're going to achieve, not just what you want to do. Right? There's got to be some steps, and so that gets into the visualizing the next chapter. So if God has said this is what's next, you got to begin to see what He says supernaturally. Go ahead.
No, I think the how is built into the visualization of it, from my perspective.
Got you.
The how is already built in, because when I'm visualizing it, I'm also visualizing how I can accomplish it. Okay. I'm also, I'm putting it side by side. Okay, I see the vision. Okay, I also see how I want to go about bringing that particular vision or bringing that particular action to pass, because I can. Mm-hmm. It takes me putting everything into its perspective place, and setting the priorities appropriately, and then again, like we were talking about earlier, implementing the KISS process, which is keep it simple. I don't want to say stupid because now you got me conscious about it. keep it simple.
Well, I said it's not smart goals, it's dumb goals. So, I mean, either way,
keep it simple, stupid. So it start small. Big changes begin with small, consistent steps. So be consistent in the small things, and the big things will come. Be consistent in the small things. Be consistent in how you're going about and approaching it day by day. Just be consistent. I was just telling one of our sons last night, son, you just have to be consistent in choose one area and focus on that. And then once you build a habit in that, what does it say? It takes 21 days to build a habit, or 3 weeks to build a habit?
It's anywhere between 17 and 21 days to build a new habit. But nonetheless, it doesn't just happen. You do it a couple of times. Okay, so here's another. This is going to be a little sidebar. I'm meddling at this point. So for those of you who are required to take prescription medication, it does not work if you take it every other day, for the most part, right? Or if you're on an antibiotic, they say take it until it's done. There's a reason they tell you to do that. Yeah. If you are on, blood pressure medicine, they want you to take it every day, and follow your prescription. There's a reason why they say that. Now, I'm praying to come off of my blood pressure medicine. Now, I don't want to be on it forever, I don't, but I'm willing to do the needful to try to get there. However, being consistent, right? You have to be consistent. You can't just start, or if you have a lot of people make weight loss goal resolutions, but they go to the gym for the first couple of weeks of January, then you don't see them ever again until next year, January. That's not going to get you the goal that you want. It's not going to get you to accomplish that thing.
Absolutely.
Right? So start small, again, like he said, and then work your way up.
Absolutely. Be flexible. Stay flexible. In your approach to it, just make sure that as you're starting your smart things, be flexible in how you approach it. Maybe every so often look at the approach and challenge the approach. Is this the way to go about it? Do I need to go about it from a different place? So for example, if losing weight is a goal of yours, okay, set small steps and week by week, put those things under the microscope to see if they're actually working. Because like when it comes to things like losing weight and stuff like that, there are little marginal things that you can do daily that tells you whether or not what you're doing is successful or working or not.
And I use that one because literally when I was doing New Year's resolution, the losing 10 pounds was always at the top of the list. I don't know why 10 was the magic number for me, but I don't know, 10 was the number. I always wanted to lose 10 pounds in 3 months. And I would do the 3-day diet, the military diet, eating grapefruit, or eating, nothing all day and then break my fast at 4 or 5 o'clock with a steak and a tomato. Literally, like these are parts of the diet plans. But my thing is, none of that was sustainable, right? Because I wasn't consistent, and really it's not sustainable to eat that way.
Well, then you have to know, like they always say that every um every weight loss approach is not meant for everybody.
Correct.
It's for a particular type of person. So you have to know, again, that's why, making sure that you are looking at the little things, looking at staying flexible and looking at the things that work for you. Because just because it worked for that person and you see all these little models on the web page and they don't drop 30 pounds, well, maybe it's built for their body type and not necessarily built for your body type.
And maybe they didn't even do it. It's just a trick to get your money.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
It can be. Hey. It can be. So stay flexible. Next is
create a vision board. So I was taught, we already talked a little bit about visualizing things.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that, and I always talk about my cousin Stevie, my brother cousin Stevie and Danica. And when we first got married, we've been going to Florida to see them, y'all, for now over 20 years. But when we first went to visit them, he had a picture on his refrigerator of, I believe it was the home he wanted.
Yep.
And when I tell y'all the next time we went there or the next 2 times that he had that home.
He had that home.
And so some people may say, but now there are some things you got to work, you got to save, you got to do the things. But when you see in front of you what you desire, then it gives you that extra motivation to do the work to get it. And so visualize, that vision board. Some of y'all need to just sit down, get a magazine. You don't have to, do all the glitter and all the other things. Do it to however you want to, but get a magazine, look through the magazine, find, whether it's a profession that you want to go into, whether it is something material that you want, whether it's a state of mind that you would like to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Start putting those things on a vision board so that you can see it. I put student loans. It was on my refrigerator. And the student loan piece was one thing for me to be paid off. And then the other thing was, I asked the Lord very specifically when we were looking for this place that we live in now. There was something very specific that we wanted. And my prayer request was, I don't want to look like, at that point, when I was like maybe 46.
Maybe.
Yeah, 46-ish, 47. Mm-hmm. And I said, Lord, I want to live in a home that looks like I'm 47 years old. Right. I don't want to live in a place that look like I'm a struggling college student. I've been there and it's nothing wrong with being in that space, but I wanted my life to look like maturity. I wanted a mature place, right? I wanted, and I don't think that it wasn't selfish because, we've lived some everywhere. We've slept, we were couch surfers. I mean,
we were homeless.
We were homeless for a little piece. Man, so it's not at all about being bougie or that kind of stuff. But there was a certain desire that I had.
Having a realistic goal that you want to accomplish is not about being bougie. It's about having goals. And that, as long as they're realistic and they're fair to you, that what anybody else thinks at that point doesn't really matter. What do you want? And because sometimes people's faith reality don't look like yours.
Right.
You can believe for it by faith and get it because you believe by faith. Sometimes their faith mark is low. No, I want my faith mark to be high, and it's gonna look a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
I like things to look a certain way. You can call me bougie, you can call me whatever you want to call me. I say I have standards because God has given me those desires through what He's allowed me to accomplish and allowed us to have. That's not, and they're reasonable and they're obtainable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything that you put on that, everything that's on that over there on that refrigerator, we have accomplished by the help of the Lord. Mm-hmm. Period.
Yep. And that's right, Mel. It is. It's individualized, just like you said. It is what my faith says I can have, right? And it doesn't mean that somebody else's is, when we're talking about our lives, our lives are to be lived by us.
Absolutely.
Work out your own soul salvation with fear and trembling, right? So it's an individual walk. So my faith walk is the same. Now it's an individual faith walk, but what is accomplished in my faith walk is a testimony to others, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So again, just a reminder, visual, or just a little hint or a tip. Visual reminders keep you motivated. If you can see it, it keeps you motivated on what it needs or what it's going to take to accomplish it.
Absolutely.
All right. The next one, build accountability. Build accountability. And Mel, you kind of hit on this a little bit earlier, but share your goals, share your desires with someone who will cheer you on, and that will hold your feet to the fire. If you're saying, I want to save $10,000 this year, you need that person in your life to say, is that purchase you're getting ready to make a necessity?
And you need to listen to them.
Yeah.
You need to listen to your accountability partner. Like, don't have an accountability partner and not give them the impact in your life to hold you accountable.
Right, and then get mad at them for holding you accountable. Wait a minute.
Don't be that person. Don't be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do it.
Next thing is celebrate small wins. Celebrate small wins. Progress is worth celebrating. Yes. Celebrate your wins. Like, when God does something for you, it is good to be able to look back at the things that he's allowed you to have and obtain.
Mm-hmm.
We like to say, have a faith journey, a journal. Like, you should have a journal tracking all the things that God promised and all the things that he's fulfilled. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times, if you look back at those things, you can see how faithful God has been, and it encourages and grows your faith. So sometimes, the word says faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word. Like, when you see those words and you see the word that God spoke, and then you can go back and see that that word was fulfilled, that builds your faith. It's not just talking about the word of God, but it's talking about the word that comes from God, that he speaks to you in your spirit, man. You see what I'm saying?
That's it.
So certainly make sure that you are celebrating those wins. Go back, look at it. And sometimes that look back is what can encourage you to continue to move forward, because what's his name? The prophet Jeremiah in Lamentations, he says, this I recalled unto my mind, therefore I have hope. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed. So he looked back, and from his look back, he got hope. He got encouraged because he remembered God did it before. I know he can do it again.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to, a look back is absolutely necessary, because it allows you to see that God has been faithful. When you can look back and you can see that God has been faithful, man, it does something to you on the inside, and it encourages you in ways unimaginable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that next little point, progress is worth celebrating. I celebrate, y'all already know. I'm gonna celebrate something after we get off this live tonight with a scoop of ice cream. I feel like I don't know what I'm celebrating.
My wife,
but I will find something to celebrate. I'll find somebody
I love that about her.
to celebrate. I will find a way to celebrate. So I certainly will.
She will eat ice cream for your success. Huh?
I will eat a piece of birthday cake on your birthday.
What kind of friend we have? What kind of friend is that? That's a great friend. They will eat. They will celebrate for you in their world.
Don't mind if I do.
Absolutely.
Don't mind if I do.
Mel is sort of reiterating what we said. Keep a journal. Keep a journal of the things that you have asked God for, or he's told you he's going to do, and go back and look. Go take a good look back.
So you all have some homework tonight. We're not quite done just yet, but so basically, and you can either put it in the chat or you can just think about it. You don't have to put it in here, but we want you to just kind of think about one intention.
Yeah.
For this year, just one.
Yeah.
And then with that one intention, on your own time, you're going to write down 3 small steps you can take this week toward that intention. All right. So you're going to, Mel, she said, So I'm going to put it here. Your homework, write down one intention. Remember, we said that's different than a resolution, right? It is something that you can, a goal that you can see yourself accomplishing. All right. So that's your homework. You're going to identify one intention for this year.
Elder sis, what's up?
Hey, sis.
How are you, mama?
Thank you. Love you.
Yes, we love you.
All right. So you're going to write down your one intention for this year and then 3 small steps that you can take this week to move toward it.
Oh, shoot. Y'all got to do it this week. Come on now.
Let's 3 small steps you can take this week. Okay. And I want you to write that down because this is not for us. We're talking about it here, but this is not for us. This is for you. All right. So Mel said her intention is to have a better relationship with God. So then what are 3 small things? We can talk it out right here. What are 3 small things you can do? Here she goes. She's writing it in. Prayer. Spending more time in prayer. Absolutely. Absolutely. Studying more. Absolutely. Spending more time in his word. Come on. What's one more little small thing you can do? What's one, since you did it, you started it. I was gonna let y'all slide with this homework, but you started writing your goals. Yep. So with that, to get closer to God, to hear him more clearly, ask him questions. That's it. So praying, because for us, prayer, if you know how we pray, prayer is not just me putting out a laundry list of things that I need God to do for me. It is praying, but it's also hearing, getting a response to what I'm praying. It don't make no sense to spend 2 hours in prayer and you get up with nothing.
Absolutely.
I'm good on that. Absolutely. I would like to hear what he has to say in response to me spending that time. So Mel said, praying more, studying more, asking questions for clarification. Those are 3 small things that it won't even change your lifestyle to do those small, those 3 small things. She said, finding Jesus in the situation, taking opportunity to look for Jesus. Amen. in situations. Wow. Yep. We're back in 2009 in situations, instead of just coming to your own conclusion.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. And so, as we're getting ready to transition out of here, these are a couple things that you can, here are key can't talk tonight either. Here are key takeaways from tonight. The new year is a powerful time for fresh starts. So we are in a new year. So go on and have a fresh start. There's nothing wrong with having a fresh start. All right. The next thing is fear and doubt are normal, but action creates clarity. So you may have fear, you may have doubt, but take action, because action is what will silence the fear. Okay. And then the last one is start small, stay consistent, and celebrate the progresses that you make. Again, that is start small, stay consistent, and celebrate all progress. And most importantly, don't just close the door on the past, open the door wide and say hello to what's next.
Say hello.
Say hello to what's next. And as we told you earlier, our theme for the year is all things new. And this just goes right in line with that. All things new. You have to see the new thing that God is doing in this area of your life. So listen, guys, we have done our time and we are on time. It is 9:59 and we got through this thing the way we were supposed to, huh? Listen, and now it's that time, man. It's time to go to bed.
Trying to get y'all's last little points in.
Yeah,
he's speeding through. I'm trying to make sure.
Oh, I'm my bad.
Make sure I'm copying and pasting here as fast as I can.
So again, I'll recap. So the new year is a powerful time for fresh starts. Okay. Fear and doubt are normal, but action creates clarity. Start small, stay consistent, and celebrate progress. And most importantly, don't just close the door on the past, open the door wide and say hello to the new.
Absolutely.
Melanie, we love
We
you
love
too,
you
mama.
too. Yes, we do.
Absolutely. And for those of y'all, listen, we need y'all praying. Like for real. We need y'all praying about this year because we are going to be very intentional about doing these conferences, doing these power shops. We're getting back to it, and so I need you guys to be paying attention because we're even, we're starting at the church. Our church is Sunday at 5 p.m. 9975 Lynn Station Road. If you're looking for somewhere to be Sunday evening and you want to get some encouragement, we are going to be starting a series called Family Matters. Family Matters, working on the family. We are going to be establishing what a healthy family looks like according to the word of God. All right? So we love you guys, and we look forward to seeing God doing some awesome things, awesome things in your life as well as ours. You understand what I'm saying? You got anything you want to say, babe?
No, thank y'all for joining. Just like he said, when you hear Power Shop, when you hear a Marriage Village Power Shop, what that means is it is a smaller version of a conference. We put together topics or there may be a topic or two. Good night, love you.
Yeah, good night.
A topic or two, and we hit it hard for 4 hours. It's a half a day, so like a 8 to 12 or a 9 9 to 1. Yeah, you saw me do that because I don't speak math even on the smallest level. And so be on the lookout for that because and the power shops, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot in Louisville this year just because this is where we are planted.
Yeah.
And it is just more resourceful to do things on location, right? Instead of trying to travel and do this and that. Not that we won't do any traveling, but we've kind of been given a challenge from the Lord, one assignment. I don't even say a challenge, an assignment to bloom where we are planted, if you will.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to till this ground. We're going to till the ground and see what we can do. Hey, Chris, I see you, sissy.
Hey, sissy. Get in the house, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in the house. Get, because a lot of times, you grow in community. Sometimes when you're around other people who think different from you and challenge you to think from a different perspective, it helps you grow. So this is what Marriage Village is all about. The Marriage Village is all about encouraging you to do your life, your marriage, and your family well, the way God designed for it to operate and go. So let's make sure that we're investing. This is our challenge to you guys, and we'll get out of here. We challenge you to invest in your marriages and your family. We challenge you to do it. And you can't say that you don't have something to look forward to or something to connect to, because you have the Marriage Village and you have other marriage ministries that you can get involved with. But we want you to come and be a part of Marriage Village. We want you to come to Church in the Village. And as we're going through what it takes to be successful as a family, and we discuss what the roles are, we discuss what's necessary to be an active, functioning part of a family, what it takes to do that. We need you to get that information, because if you get that information, guess what? You can take it home, work it out at home, and then do it in life and see it work. You see what I'm saying? So let's go.
Yep. So that's it. That's all. And that's it. And so if you are available tomorrow, CIV Bible Study, 7 p.m., 9975 Lynn Station Road here in Louisville. And again, Sundays at 5 p.m. We are there every Sunday except for the first Sunday, which we have Dinner in the Village, which is our ministry community. It's a ministry fellowship. And so if you are not a part of the CIV family, we would love to have you. You can just inbox us. You can also check us out on Facebook, CIV Church in the Village. And also just because we post everything between the Marriage Village page, our personal pages, and the church page. So find us, share it with a friend, and tune in. Next week, join us as we tackle things. No, what is next week?
Oh no, I had it too.
building relationship habits that last. All right, so make it last forever.
Make
Next
it
week
last.
we're back on make
Come
it
on.
last forever.
Make
Building
it last.
relationship habits that last.
All right.
All right. Love y'all. Have a good night. Thanks
Peace.
for joining.
Thank you for joining. We love you guys.